Great ideas for your home and things, and an end to waiting. Grand opening in Mayfield Heights.
News Channel 5 is brought to you by University Hospitals of Cleveland, Cleveland's premier medical center.
Live from the News Channel 5 studios, this is News Channel 5 at 11.
A lot of expected wins and surprises in tonight's Oscar Awards show.
We're going live out to Hollywood in just a few minutes, but first, Susan Davies is in the Weather Center with an update on the snowstorm headed into our area. Hello, Susan.
Hello. The weather looked a lot better out there than it is here. 2 to 4 inches of snow falling overnight, and we're looking for more of it during the day on Monday. Let's check out right now what Doppler 5000 is showing. We've had a narrow line of snow right across the north coast for much of the evening. That's where the accumulation is. Now down around the Ashland-Mansfield area in Richland County, they are reporting still an icy mix. And further to the south of that, their rain. Take a look at the precipitation loop, and you can see that it's not a very wide span of snow, but where it has fallen, it has been accumulating. And where roads have not been treated, it's going to be a very dangerous rush hour tomorrow morning. For that reason, we are under a winter storm warning right through tomorrow evening. You are going to allow some extra time and expect some school closings. We, of course, will have the latest tomorrow morning or this morning, and I'll have more for you in a few minutes. Back to you, Leon.
Thank you, Susan. If you live in the city of Stowe, you should boil your water, at least until tomorrow morning. The city is having problems with its water supply. The Water and Fire Department are working hard to correct it. They ask you only use water for emergency purposes and boil it before using it. The boil alert in Stowe is expected to continue until Tuesday morning.
As of now, 74 Akron firefighters in the past 25 years have been diagnosed with some kind of cancer. Some have passed away, some still live. The studies prove cancer is an occupational hazard for firefighters. News Channel 5's Jody Brooks talks with two men not only fighting for survival, but for a new state law.
Walking into fire, putting life on the line. But surviving the flames isn't the only battle for firefighters. It's cancer.
I had colon cancer, and after major surgery and 52 chemotherapy treatments, I have been in remission for about the past 6 years or so.
Tom Morrison, not so fortunate. Bladder cancer and 13 surgeries.
Each of those surgeries, they remove tumors from the inside, and they're not of the degree that I need to go through additional chemotherapy, but I'll be back in there in beginning of May for another piece of surgery.
These firefighters were protected with the appropriate gear, jackets, boots, helmets, all provided by the city of Akron. But the protection needed now, workers' comp for cancer patients. And without a fight, it doesn't exist. That's the reason for a proposed state law.
I want to know, if I get cancer and I die from it, or I'm severely disabled from it, I would like my family not to lose everything I have, because they got to make a choice between paying my medical bills or seeing me die.
But that's reality. Tim Kling went to court 11 times and won.
What the city has put me through has been as, if not more, grueling than the cancer and the chemotherapy was.
A fight Tom Morrison faces along with his cancer, unless Ohio law changes, making cancer an occupational hazard for firefighters. In Akron, Jody Brooks, News Channel 5.
Now, 20 states already have legislation that presume a firefighter with cancer got it from the job. That gives firefighters the right to claim workers' compensation benefits. Currently, Ohio's law is in committee. It's made it this far before, but failed.
Topping world news this evening, President Bush ended his Latin American tour the same way he began it. He is holding out the promise of more trade between the U.S. and nations south of the border. President Bush has proposed the U.S. negotiate a free trade pact with Central America. He says it would mean jobs and be good for everyone, he says. This was the last stop on President Bush's 4-day Latin American tour. This morning, Pope John Paul scaled back his participation in Palm Sunday observances because of his frail health. For the first time since becoming Pope, John Paul had a cardinal celebrate Mass for him at the Vatican. The Pope listened from a chair. Pope John Paul II has had to cancel several public appearances recently because of poor health. American-led Middle East truce talks ended for the day without an agreement, but both Israelis and Palestinians say they intend to meet again tomorrow. Still, despite the efforts at a ceasefire, the violence goes on.